And the thing that worries me the most right now is not what's happening around the world. That worries me a lot. But what worries me right now, and I think ought to worry all of us, and that we all ought to be concerned about, is that our sisters and brothers who are Muslims right now in our community are about to be discriminated against with the most viciousness that is possible, and we need to keep our eye on that ball. This is one that we should not fall asleep on. We need to stand together, and we need to say, no. No, violence is not acceptable, but neither is discrimination nor hatred.
I will build this world from love.
Here's what I can state is not the answer. Creating our own form of hate bashing, which some of our U.S. governors are doing impressively in the media even today. No one gets in who, what, looks like a terrorist? Looks like they could hate? Looks like they could kill in the name of religion? Frankly, we can turn our eyes 225 miles or so west to find terrorist violence. Last week, Frazier Glenn Miller was sentenced for his 2014 killing of 3 wonderful Christians at the JCC in Overland Park, Kansas, thinking they were Jews. I assure you that Frazier Glenn Miller is not Syrian. He is not a Muslim.
The fact that all these unique voices come together and approach similar issues in such different ways is remarkable. So the different rhythms that are contained in the room each time I come to an interfaith partnership service just leave me happy. Because frankly, I have a lot of learning to do. And if we don't think of the different lenses that approach these different issues and really try to understand them, then we're not doing what we really need to do in ourselves.
O Lord, grant thine infinite bestowals, and let the light of thy guidance shine. Illumine the eyes, gladden the hearts with abiding joy. Confer new spirit upon all people, and bestow upon them eternal life.
Another article posted in the Washington Post today showed a couple of polls from Americans in 1938 and 1939. At that time, fewer than 5% of Americans surveyed believed that the U.S. should raise its immigration quotas or encourage political refugees fleeing fascist states in Europe, the vast majority of whom were our Jewish brothers and sisters. 2/3 of respondents agreed with the proposition that, quote, we should try to keep them out. So as we can see, we have history repeating itself all over again, this time against the Muslims. Our politicians should use this opportunity to aim at the problem itself, which is ISIS, and not spreading a fear against the 99.9% Muslims around the world who are law-abiding, peaceful people.
I thought it was just such a beautiful coming together of so many different people, so many different faith communities, and especially on a night like tonight where it's raining, it's cold, it's just unpleasant to be out, to see so many people who felt so compelled to show their support and to just be with other people and to be with people who are different than them and to be in solidarity and be in prayer is so inspiring.
I don't remember the gentleman's name. I know he was one of the Muslim speakers at the parliament. But he said, anyone who falls into one of these groups is not being fed by their religion. They're not receiving what that religion has to give them, and that there is nothing more dangerous than a man who has nothing to live for. So I would like us to prayerfully, meditatively consider, do all the youth I know feel they have something to live for?